Republican mayoral candidate Nicole Malliotakis ripped Mayor de Blasio for punting on overhauling property taxes, noting he benefits from a system that favors people in hotter neighborhoods with lower bills. The worst part of this is that Bill de Blasio personally benefits from this system. And the people that I speak to are tired of subsidizing millionaires like him who aren't paying their fair share, Malliotakis said. Taxes need to be based on values of homes and not on the neighborhoods they are in. The current system is being challenged in a lawsuit from a group called Tax Equity Now NY, which notes that the tax burden falls disproportionately on homeowners of color by favoring the affluent in neighborhoods with sky-high property values over working and middle-class people. Malliotakis said the burden also fell on middle-class homeowners on Staten Island, noting her home is valued at $549,000, and she pays $5,521 in property tax. De Blasio's primary home in Park Slope is valued at just under $2 million, but his tax bill is just $3,581. Inequities like those are common and due largely to rules that cap increases on assessment at 6% a year or 20% over 5 years, suppressing bills in hip neighborhoods like Park Slope where property values rise much faster than the cap. Malliotakis said she would establish a bipartisan commission of city council members, state lawmakers, good government groups and tax experts to examine options that could be proposed in Albany, which controls the taxes. She also suggested being subject to the state's cap on property taxes. But she said there were things she could do immediately, like promise not increase the property tax levy, or the amount of tax revenue the city collects, which has grown 28% under de Blasio. Malliotakis repeatedly referred to de Blasio as a millionaire. He owns 2 homes worth a combined $3.24 million. His salary as mayor is $225,000 a year, and last year earned more than $100,000 in rental income while he lives in Gracie Mansion. He is not a millionaire. Being a millionaire requires one to have $1 million, spokesman Eric Phillips said, when asked if the mayor considers himself a millionaire. It's not a subjective, self-identifying designation. He doesn't have $1 million. Councilman Joe Borelli of Staten Island joined Malliotakis and noted de Blasio's home district has a median effective tax rate of 0.32%, while in his district on the South Shore of Staten Island, it's more than 1%. When Bill de Blasio goes to increase the budget, it's really not being placed on those wealthy people who are coming from really all over the world to be part of this boom in downtown Brooklyn, he said. It's really being placed on the people who live in Springfield Gardens, Queens, in the northern Bronx. Reforming property taxes will be a thorny and controversial task for whomever takes it on. While Class 1, or single to 4 family home, property owners have long felt the system is inequitable, other groups feel similarly aggrieved, including Class 2 condo and coupe owners and commercial owners. Malliotakis, who owns a coupe in addition to a single-family home, said she wouldn't accept such a recommendation. While some experts have said any attempt to rebalance the scales would mean more tax burden for Class 1, former Finance Commissioner Martha Stark told the news she wasn't so sure about that. Class 1 is the only class whose taxes are based on sales price, and if a reform meant other classes had to be valued the same way, there wouldn't be much of a hit to Class 1. A bipartisan commission is a good idea. Looking at the entire system is a good idea, she wrote in an email, adding that SHES also advocated in the past for capping the levy, but with federal cuts approaching, more flexibility to collect property taxes may be needed.